Hi guys, just wanted to drop in and let you know that we have successfully reached the last part of this free SketchUp course. In this last video we will be working together to create our first architectural 3D project in SketchUp. We'll be using all the tools that we've learned up to now, plus I will introduce a few more tools and tricks to help you speed up the design process. All keyboard shortcuts that we've used up to now are included in the description below. So let's get started, and thank you for watching. So let's start with a new empty model. Create new. This time we're going to use the meters template. Click on it, and we are in our freshly created SketchUp model. Let's save it for the first time in SketchUp and name it Lesson 11 Architectural Project and save. So the first thing we need to do is lay down our architectural layout, the walls of our floor. Let's use the rectangle tool, and I will set it to 10 meters wide by 9 meters in depth. So this is our plan footprint. Let's use the offset and offset these external edges by 0.2, 20 centimeters, and these are our exterior walls. And what I want to do now is use the pencil tool, the line tool, to create our interior walls. Now I need my first interior wall to be at a distance of 4 meters, 4.1 meters from this edge. So how do we do this? There's a tool in SketchUp called tape measure, and you can also use the shortcut on your keyboard with the letter T, tape measure. Basically what it does, it measures distances. Click one point to the second point, and gives you the distance. Also, you can set a help point using the first point here, and then just type in 4.1 meters. And it will add a tool point here, a guide point we can use to start our line. So select the pencil tool, the line tool, and from here go for a distance of 3.7 meters, and there. Use again the tape measure and set a guide point at 0.1, 10 centimeters. That will be my interior wall thickness. You can go up to there. Let's do the same on the other side. Set a guide point using the tape measure, 0.1, and then the line tool all the way to meet this line. What I'm going to do, because if I just try to add this piece of line here, it will be broken down in two pieces. So I'm going to delete this one and draw a new complete one piece line here. So that's our first interior walls. Now I will do the same using the same procedure, and since it is a repetitive work, I'm just gonna speed up the process. So this is our plan view layout. We've used the line tool together with the tape measure to add guides to help us pinpoint the location or starting and end point of each wall. So the next thing we want to do is give our walls some height. We're going to use the push-pull command. Let's give our walls 3 meter height. Do this for the interior walls, 3 meters, 3 and 3. So there you have our one floor interior layout with all the walls set out. What we are going to do next is create all the openings, all the voids for our doors, interior and exterior. In order to do that, again, I'm going to use the tape measure to set my starting guide point. So from this point, I want my door to start at 0.8 and pick up the line tool, go up by 2.2, door width should be 0.9 and down to the floor. Next door we want to install will be on this wall. Because it's a little bit crowded with other interior walls, what we can do is add a section. This is the section tool. If it's not in your main toolbar, click on the three dots and you will find it here, section plane. Click on it, and now we need to select the plane where we want the section to be added, either perpendicular to the green axis, to the red, or to the blue. We want our section to be on the perpendicular to the green axis. Click on it, there's a section, select your section, and with the move tool, move it. And you see as soon as you start moving the section, it cuts across our plan view, and this is what I wanted to do, have a clear view of my interior wall. Before we use the push-pull command to open a void on this wall, I'm just going to copy these three lines onto the other side of the wall. I want to move it by a distance of 1.2 meters. So select the three lines, select, holding down the control key, select, move, control key to create a copy, 1.2. And now with the push-pull command, we will push these faces out for there, and it created a void, and again there. So now we've just opened two voids for two of our interior doors. I don't need this cross section anymore, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete it, and we will repeat this work for all of our interior and exterior doors. So we've just finished opening the voids for all of our interior and exterior doors. All of our interior doors have a dimension of 90 centimeters width and 2.2 meters height. Our exterior door is a little bit larger, is 1.5 in width and 2.4 in height. I think we need to make our exterior door a little bit smaller in width, since if we're going to install a wardrobe here, we don't need our door to be interfering with the wardrobe. So I'm gonna pick up this wall and pull it for about 0.3. Let's check if this is okay now. I think it's not interfering. Let's draw a line just to make sure. From here, okay, it's exactly the same. So our exterior door, we made our exterior door to be a width of 1.2 meters. That's fine. Next, we need to open up our voids for all of our windows. In order to do that, I'm going to create a help line around the exterior of the building at the height where all the windows will be installed. So from the floor, I will go up 1.1 and use the line tool to create this help line, which we will delete later on. We'll just use it as a guide help line to know the starting point of all of our windows. Before we start adding windows, let's see what each room is going to be. This is a bedroom, this is the ensuite bathroom. That's the main toilet, bathroom, and this is kitchen and the living room. What we can do, we can add some text. Click on the 3 dotted line. There's a 3D text tool. Click on it. Just type anything you want. For instance, let's make it with small letters. Living room. Choose your font. Open Sans. I don't want my text to be filled. Hit OK and place the text anywhere you want. So this is the living room. Let's do the same for the kitchen and all the other rooms. Kitchen. So there we have all of our rooms marked. So now we can decide the windows that we're going to install. I'm going to install a large window here, 2 windows on this side, 1 large window on this side, 1 window here for the kitchen, for the bathroom, and this bathroom. And to do that, we'll use the rectangle tool. I'm just gonna go ahead and place them somehow randomly, starting from this point. So my main bathroom window will be 1.2 in width and 1.2 in height. And we can pick up the push-pull and push it out. So there's our first window. Let's measure the distance of this window from the edge of our exterior wall. It's set at 1.1, so I'm going to do the same thing on this side for uniformity. So 1.1, I've added my guide point and create a rectangle. Let's make it the same window, 1.2, 1.2. Push pull and pull it out. So now I'm going to use the same process to open the voids for our windows all around the house. And now that we finished opening all our voids for the doors and windows, we don't need this help line we did before. So I'm just gonna go ahead and select them and delete them. Select the first one, holding down the Control key to only add to my selection. Click the delete button. We left this one out. Delete, and here we are. So next thing, we're going to use the 3D warehouse for the first time to find some ready-made windows and doors, and also use the scaling tool to show you how to scale the windows to the exact dimension we're going to use. So open up the 3D warehouse from this tool here on the right from the SketchUp panel. It's called 3D warehouse, and in the search field, just type window. And let's see what it finds. This is a nice simple window. Click on it. You can view more details about it. Once you click the download button, this component, this is a component, will be downloaded into our model using the model units we are using, for meters for instance. So I'm just gonna place the window here randomly. I just want to make sure that it's the correct size, so I'm going to place it outside of my model for now. Placed it here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the scaling tool. Select the component you want to scale. This is the scaling tool with the shortcut S. And as soon as we click on the scaling toolbar, a block of yellow lines and green small boxes will appear around our component. Indicate each green toolbox here indicates a grip point where we can grab and scale our window. For instance, if we grab this one here, it will make the window thicker in depth. If we pick this one here, we can change the width of the window. Picking the corner one, it will scale the window both in the X and Y Z in this instance dimension, so it's scaling it as a whole. Picking up this point, it will make it taller. So what I want to do is make it smaller and smaller in width, so I can pick it up with my move tool and put it on the window opening, and now I can scale it to the correct size of the window. Scale, pick up this point here and move it until it snaps onto the wall there, and do the same for the top. There, we have our first window installed. Let's have a look how it looks from the inside. It's perfect. Now we can pick up this element, this component, and copy it as it is to our next window here. Since they are of the same size, it will match the opening exactly. You see, I didn't press the control key and I moved it instead of copying it. No worries, just repeat the process, and this time click on the repeat button on the control to make a copy, and there you go. We have our two windows already installed. To add more windows, for instance this one, since we have already imported this window component, we can find all of our components using this SketchUp panel here. The three boxes is called components, and we will show all the components that were used in our model already. So here is our window, just click on it and it will import it again into the model. Place it randomly somewhere outside our building. Use the rotate tool to rotate it to the correct orientation, 90 degrees. Use the move tool to pick it up and place it on our next window opening. This one needs to be scaled again, so scale it to the top until it snaps, and for a width until it snaps onto the wall. So here is our third window. Let's do the same for these three. So there it is. I think we've covered all of our windows. Yes. So the next thing we need to do is use the 3D warehouse again and try to find a simple interior door. I'm just gonna write single door, and let's see if we can find someone that looks simple. Remember, try not to use complex models. It will load up your design and make it slower. Try to choose small in size components. I will make your work easier. For instance, this is 46 kilobytes and this is 455. So I'm gonna just try and use this one and see if it can be used correctly. It looks fine. So I'm gonna make this door smaller, both in height and width, so I can install it into my door openings and then use the scaling again to match it with the opening. So pick up this either the exterior. I'm gonna use the exterior of the door and put it there. Let's see how it looks from the inside. No, it's coming out from the wall. Let's move it a little bit and see if it matches the thickness of our wall exactly. It's a little bit bigger, so we can scale it inside there, and then use our scaling for the top and the width. So here is our first door. Let's copy this door to the other opening. It's exactly the same opening size. Everything looks okay with the doors. So I'm gonna use the same door component to install it in our 2 remaining interior doors. So there we have our 4 interior doors installed with the correct orientation. This one opening this side, inside, outside, okay, and scaled to the correct door opening. Now we need to find a different design for our exterior door, so let's go to our 3D warehouse and write exterior door. Let's see what we can find. Again, I don't want anything too complex. This looks nice. Let's try it. Download. Put it somewhere there to make it smaller. So I'm just gonna make the door smaller for now. Install it in our wall, and then use the scaling again too. Let's push it back a little bit. Let's see. I think it's fine. So let's scale it to the correct opening. There. So we have our doors and windows finished. Since we don't need the components panel again, I'm gonna minimize it. And now I'm gonna show you a new tool. It's called Follow Me. And we're gonna use this tool to add an exterior perimeter sidewalk around the building. First, I'm going to draw a section of our sidewalk. So I'm gonna use the line tool, start from here, and go out for about 75 centimeters. Then drop down. I used my up arrow key to lock my direction on the blue Z axis. So I'm gonna go down by 20 centimeters and back by 0.75 and close this, create this surface for a sidewalk. Now what I need to do is pull this surface all around on all 4 sides of our building. So instead of using the push-pull command, which will only bring me up to this corner, and then I'm gonna have to redo it for the other side, I'm gonna use a command called Follow Me. You can find this tool on the extra toolbar, open up with the 3 dots, and let's find it. Here it is, Follow Me. Doesn't have a shortcut as far as I know. So click on the Follow Me. You can also read the tips on the bottom here. SketchUp is guiding us on what we need to do. It says click the profile. So we need to select our surface, the surface we want to use to do this Follow Me tool. So I'm gonna click on this surface, and then with the cursor I'm gonna use this line around the building. I'm not holding anything, I'm just moving the cursor without having anything pressed. So I've brought it up to here. Now I want to turn around, so just by orbiting around and following this line, you see how the profile continues all the way to the other side. Gonna be too far, let's go closer. So you can also bring it up if I want. It's just following lines from my model using the original profile that we've created. Let's see if we manage to close this up to the end. There, perfect sidewalk. So we've used a new tool, it's called Follow Me, and we can also use the same tool to do our skirting. Let's do one skirting for now. Again, with the line tool, I'm gonna start it from here, go out by, our skirting should have a thickness, let's say 1 centimeter and a height of 7 centimeters, 1 centimeter inside. So that's going to be our skirting profile. Again, use the follow tip, follow me, select the surface, and then drag the mouse along the line you want this profile to continue. Once it reaches the door, I'm gonna have to stop and recreate this skirting up to there. So I'm gonna do this repetitive work for all around our building. I think we've covered all of our skirting needs. Yes, I haven't done the interior of the rooms, but for our purposes here, I think it's more than enough. And I think we can use the follow me tool to create an architectural feature around the building at the top. Let's create the feature profile. Go down by 20 centimeters, 5 centimeters out, and close it here. Use the follow me tool again and go around the perimeter of our building. There. I think it looks nice. Next tool I would like to show you, we haven't covered this in the previous lessons, is the dimension tool. We can use it to add actual dimensions to our design. Here it is, 3 dots, the extra tool panel, dimensions, and you can add either by selecting 2 points, for instance from here to here, and it adds the actual dimension, or by just selecting the actual line we want to give a dimension for. It highlights it with a blue color, click on it, and it gives me the whole dimension of the line. I'm gonna do this for the height of the window. There. Let's do this for the door. 2.4. And we can do interior walls as well. Mark our interior room dimensions. So using the same dimensions tool, we can add dimensions anywhere we want, depending on what you want to show. You can even add diagonal dimensions. For instance, I can select the corner of this wall and the corner of this one, and add a diagonal dimension if you want to show a clear opening or something. So let's add dimensions for our rooms. Select the dimension tool and just click on the wall you want to show the dimension for. There. So the kitchen is 4.1 by 3.7. Let's do the same for our rooms. So let's have a look at our single floor architectural 3D, how it's coming along. We finished with our walls, installed windows, interior doors, exterior doors. We've named our rooms, adding text, dimensions. We've also used the follow me tool to create a sidewalk around the building and an architectural feature at the top. So I guess the next thing we can do is start adding materials and start giving it a shape and make it look more interesting. So let's go to our materials toolbar. So I will start with the floors. Let's select a parquet floor, parquet, and I'm going to install the parquet floor in the bedroom and the living room. Since our surface is separated by lines and walls, it's you see how easy it is to select single rooms. Let's find a tile for our kitchen. I'm going to select, let's try this one and see how it looks. I think I'm going to change it to this one. No, it's too busy. There, that's our kitchen. And we can use this one for our bathrooms. We can also start adding, I'm gonna use colors for my walls. Let's select a light color for the kitchen. Select all 4 walls. I'm going to leave the living room as is. For the bedroom, light blue color for the bedroom, it might look nice. And in our bathrooms, let's select a mosaic tile for our bathrooms. Let's choose this bluish one. Looks okay. If at any point you think you don't like a color or a material you used, you can simply select a new one. Let's say I don't like this blue color we used in the bedroom. That's a nice wallpaper for the bedroom, so I'm going to use this one. Put tiles around our sidewalk. So let's find our tiles again. This time I'm going to use this. That looks okay. And give some color to our interior doors. Wood. Select this color. Okay. If for some reason you want to install, let's say, wallpaper, not cover the whole wall, but only just part of it, all you have to do is just add a line to separate this face into 2 parts. There you go, a line, and let's go and select a wallpaper. Let's choose this one. Or maybe this. So basically now we can continue with the 3D warehouse, finding fittings and fixtures we can add to our model. Let's try finding a wardrobe. We'll search for wardrobe, and again we're going to try to find a simple wardrobe to use. Let's use this one and download. Gonna rest it there for a minute. That's the front of the wardrobe, so we need to rotate by 90 degrees and move until it touches the corner of the wall. We can either copy it or scale it to match the whole of our wall. I'm gonna use a copy. It gets too big, every compartment gets too big, so I'm gonna do a copy from this point, Ctrl there. So now I can scale this part of the wardrobe and bring it to touch our wall. There, that's a nice wardrobe. Let's add the same wardrobe here at the entrance. So we go back to our components, wardrobe, rest it there for a minute, rotate by 90 degrees and move from here. Let's move it to this corner there. I don't think it fits a second wardrobe, so I'm just gonna go ahead and scale it, or you can even select a different wardrobe from the 3D warehouse. For now this looks okay. Let's say we want to add a bulkhead on top of this wardrobe. Just use the line tool again, go down and then give it a depth of 0.1 and up. We can use the push-pull and grab this surface and pull it all the way to this wall. So we've installed a bulkhead as well on top of the wardrobe. So let's have a look at our model. I guess we can continue adding furniture, beds, sofas, toilets, bathrooms, but it's just going to make our design heavier and more difficult to use. So the procedure is the same. Just visit your 3D warehouse, look for beds. There's a big selection of beds to choose from. 8.9 megabytes a bed. They're too big. Single bed is small. Try to find small size elements, components to import into your model. So let's turn on some shadows. Click on the shadows. Shadows on. We can make them a little bit lighter using these light and dark selections here. Make it a little bit lighter. Don't like shadows being too dark. Also, if you want to show the direction of opening of each of your doors, you can simply I prefer to do this after we assign materials to the floor. So you can simply add a line. 0.9 is the size of our door, and then do an arc to show the sense of opening for each of the doors. Move back, you see it looks nice. Can do this for all the doors. Let's do for this one as well. We can also add some exterior features. For now I'm just gonna install the grass surrounding. So to do this, I'm just going to draw a small rectangle here, give it some height, 0.10. We can move it down, so there is fine, and we can just grab the push-pull toolbar, make this bigger, bring it, cover all of our house. And go to the materials, find the landscaping section, select the grass. Let's use this one. There. So we also have a surrounding. We can find trees in the warehouse. You see, as soon as we installed the tree, our model started to become heavier and more difficult to navigate. Let's make this tree, look at how big this tree is. Let's scale it down. I think we should change the color of our grass, it's too dark. So the more things we add to our model, the heavier the model will get. And remember, this is an online version, so Chrome takes up a lot of processing power, together with SketchUp uses more power, and prefer to do this only at the last minute after you finished making all the changes and the design process is finished. So the last thing I will try to do is add a flat roof on top. Now if I try to just add a rectangular surface at the top, it will add the surface, but every time it touches a corner or a wall, it will break it into different surfaces. So let's try it. I've chosen the first corner here, and I'm gonna choose the next corner at the end, and you see that each surface created is broken down by the interior walls. So if we want to give it some depth, it will make our life harder. So I'm just gonna ahead and delete this. Let's measure how big our perimeter, the outside perimeter of our house is. So from this corner to this corner is 10.1, and from here to here is 9.1. So I'm just gonna go ahead and create a simple surface, 10.1 by 9.1, give it some height, let's say 0.2, turn this into a block, to a group, select all of it, right click, make group, and now I can move this. Let's pick up the move tool from this corner, move it to the outer corner of our structure. So here it is. This is easier and easier to manipulate. Can also add a material at the top now. It's easier to do so. Asphalt and concrete. Let's choose this one. There you go. Let's give some material to our architectural feature as well. And here is our simple single floor architectural drawing in SketchUp. So I guess we can add an upstand perimeter wall over our roof. Easier way to do it is use the offset and offset these outside edges by the thickness we want to give it. Remember, this is a group, so in order to change it we need to double click, go to our offset tool, which is here, offset, pick up our line and move in by 0.1. Now we can use the push pull and bring it up by 0.4. Click anywhere outside to go out from the group editing mode, and that is our upstand around the roof slab. Can also add some water tanks, photovoltaic panels, and what have you. So we've just completed our architectural project. We managed to give Ty roof over his head to go in and have a rest. Since we've covered everything with a roof slab, if we want to show the interior, we can install a section. Click on the section tool. We want it to be perpendicular to the blue axis. Install it anywhere, select, and you can move it up and down wherever we wish to show the interior of our design. Let's create a few scenes as well. Scenes open. So add this scene as our first scene. Turn around on this side. Add another scene. Go like this. Scene 3. And come back to our original site. So with this we've reached the end of our course. As soon as you familiarize yourself with all the tools we've learned, you'll see how easy it is to use SketchUp with your projects. I strongly recommend to try and use this video, this last architectural project video, as a practice exercise yourself. It will help you learn things more easily. So thank you for watching. Remember, I've included all the shortcuts we've used in the description below. Feel free to leave any comments or questions and I'll try to answer as best as I can. So until next time, goodbye.